Hello everybody, welcome back. This is John Glassby's Games. You're watching Factorio episode 43. Last episode we ended off by getting a pretty good ship, going back to get ourselves some Prometheum science. It's a pretty contained episode, but I would say that is a pretty good one in that we really have jumped into the end game because we have a ship now that is getting Prometheum asteroid chunks, is heading back from going towards the Shatter Planet, towards the solar system edge, and then it will come to Novice where it will get some biter eggs. However, on Novice, I've been running into some problems because, I poorly engineered stuff, which is always going to be the case with me. I'm really good at poorly engineering stuff, just to FYI. But basically what I got going on is I have all these captive biter spawners have been kind of starving a bioflux, and then I had to fire capture bot rockets at them, but thankfully I have a system set up to capture that. Either way, it notifies me, and I hate getting notified that, hey, your design sucks. Nevertheless, it is what it is. The truth sucks sometimes. But one of the things that I've been working on is getting a lot of research done. As you can see, I've been having dips because I'm using military science, and military science is absolutely the culprit to all my problems. You can see I just dropped off some stone bricks. It used to be the coal, and it still technically is. If you look at the coal, it's dropping that off, and there's not a lot in here. Actually, no, there is. All the products that are made for military science do not use productivity. Ammo is fine because it's using metal, and liquid metal is pretty abundant. Coal is not. However, coal, I solved that problem. I actually have a coal patch or two. I can go ahead and utilize this one as well. That is going over here. As you can see, we have these. It's kind of a long belt system, but I prefer doing this in a train. And we just have it coming over here to feed directly into the grenades. So the grenades are good, but the walls are not. Why are the walls not? Because I'm using a train to bring stone bricks over there. And technically speaking, it's not even that. Yes, it's because I'm using a train to bring stone bricks there, but I'm using not one, not two, but probably 3 or 4 trains to get a whole train of stone bricks. One stone brick requires 2 stone. Now, I'm using legendary productivity 3 modules here, so really it's 1.5. Here's the problem. I have it set up to where I can have 2 trains coming at once to get the stone brick, but why would I do that when I could just go to the patch itself, just like I did here with the coal? I do have quite a bit of technology that I've researched and am researching right now. I have laser weapon damage 20, which is not bad at all, but it is a whopping 8 million science. That's going to be going for a little bit. I got mining productivity. I'm going to try to get to 100 because mining productivity is going to be really nice to take advantage of. I mean, I've seen people get it to 1,000. You get like 100 mining out of 1 ore, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, we have research productivity. We got to get that up. We got to get that up as much as we can because the more productivity we get up on research, the less we have to spend on everything. Everything that we make is going into research pretty much right now. We need to get this productivity up as much as we can. And I think in order to do that, I want to go to Gleba. I want to go ahead and work on Gleba, kind of fix this up a little bit. I've already been kind of adding bits here and there where I am using more agricultural towers. I mean, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for Yomiko. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Jelly Nut. And if we take a look, I don't think that's enough. But I am using legendary buildings as well. I am backed up on Bioflux. And I have my ship going from Novice to Gleba pretty quickly. Like, it just got some Bioflux. It just got some science. So something tells me that I need to really, really step up on how much I'm using. Alright, so I'm using the stone patch right here, and as you can see, I'm using the same setup as I did before, and I'm getting quite a bit of stone bricks, just a constant source of it. Probably need to get research productivity 25 now I think about it. So I'm here on Gleba now, and as you can see, we're here on Gleba. I did set it up so my trains are no longer going to do anything. It's just going to be direct line in. So now I have Bioflux being made again, and I have a new setup idea that I am using medium electrical poles momentarily right now. Probably going to use legendary substations because I feel like that might be the easiest way for this to work. Machines direct feeding the science into the rockets. Now I have it technically doing that here as well, but instead what's going on is they're requesting the science, which is not necessarily a guarantee that it's going to be constantly producing into that front. One of the things I thought of is maybe what I could do is I use just one machine per silo. Now here's the thing. This makes 30 science a second. Theoretically. It doesn't always work, but it is pretty quick. Very hard to see like a moment where this is resting. After some time of designing some stuff, and I have a pretty good amount of science going up towards my spaceship. And this is just out of 8 slices of this concept, and all I'm doing is having bioflux being evenly divided amongst all 8 of them. And I still have a whole bunch of science left over. This is my ship going constantly back and forth from Gleba to Novice, and 24,000 science I think is too little. It's going to be too little anyway. I'm getting millions worth of science now researched, and I'm going to need a little bit more than 24,000 per trip, which actually about 100,000 of that is going to be used because of the productivity, if not more. Let's look at Novice right now. By the way, please excuse my voice. I do have a little bit of a cold. Productivity is almost plus 400%. That means that per science, we are really getting about 5 researches. So really more. So it's about 124,000. 120,000. If I can speak. Now I am going to put these back, but I got rocket fuel productivity research. But yeah, this is a really compact design, albeit a lot of legendary stuff. Here's the thing. This is what legendary is for. You're not having bots go back and forth. You don't need the bots to go back and forth. Now, the only thing that I do have that is a little bit of a concern, I will need to take the spoilage out of here somehow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this over here. I need to be able to take the spoilage out, nutrients being made, and then that's the only thing that's coming here via requests, and the rocket parts. That's it. Other than that, it's pretty much direct insertion or just a couple underground belts. The funny thing is the bottleneck I'm running into is not going to be our agricultural science. It's actually going to be the other sciences as they deplete and they try to come back and they don't come back right away. It's really more so the production science has been kind of the culprit. Military science has been fine, but production science, even though I changed it. Modules? What do you mean you're waiting on modules? My red circuits are kind of a pain because I gotta wait on plastic. Yet red circuits are actually kind of a pain on Novice. I guess anything involving plastic could potentially be a pain now that I think about it. Alrighty, so I moved my setup and changed it a little bit up to here, where it's right next to my low density structure production and my blue circuit production, which my low density structure production, you would think that with the amount of rockets I keep sending, this isn't enough. It's actually, I'm not even using legendary foundries, and of course my blue circuits are also absolutely fine. Rocket fuel, are we doing good? We're doing good, I think. Yeah, we're doing fine. The rockets are fine, and I send 40 up each time. I send 40. I say 40. I send 40. I send 40 rockets up, 1,000 science each. So I send 40,000 science. And if we take a look over at Vulcanus, I've been starting on a little bit of a project. You go down a ways down here. This is its own separate little project that I'm working on, which is going to not be this episode, but next episode. I have myself the start of my production science on Vulcanus because production science on Novice is just too slow. And the reason it's too slow is I'm relying on stone, which I have to wait on that. But not only that, but I have to get stone bricks. I have to get stone bricks for the electric furnaces, and the railroads are not too difficult. And I think the way I will do that is by coming into Vulcanus and then producing the production science over here. Because right now, these are forming 12.5 a second. I still need the productivity modules, so I need to bring them over here. So this is kind of not very well organized. I mean, I have it in a block. I have the railroads in a block. Well, that is going to be for next episode. This episode has been a pretty good success. Gleba, even though it's still a little bit messy over here, I need to clean up this if I don't add on something to it first. That's my problem. I start to clean something up and realize, oh, I need this. Oh, I need that. And then I start adding stuff or taking stuff away. And yeah, so this is John with Glass Piece Games. Hope y'all enjoyed this episode. See y'all next time.